Hi, Dr. Janine Pachano here, whole person healing, acupuncture physician. In this video, I want to share with you all about the energetic and physical connections that we have in our solar plexus chakra. This is the third chakra, and it is located just below the diaphragm and the rib cage, and it represents digestion and our liver health, our gallbladder health, and our spleen and stomach, and how we assimilate the world. It is how we digest the world, and that goes physically, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. The themes in this chakra, when it's in balance, this area will give us confidence. It will give us the ability to have clarity on what we want. It'll give us decisiveness, and it'll give us sort of an unwavering faith in the way things unfold in life. It is our center of confidence. In Chinese medicine, there are actually two elements that govern this area. The first is the wood element, and that is the liver and the gallbladder. The second is the earth element, and that is the spleen and the stomach. In Chinese medicine, the spleen and stomach represent our ability to digest food. It also represents our pancreas. So, in our conversation about hormones, this chakra is so profound in the beginning of the transformative process of your hormone health because it is where we take the foods we eat and transform them into the building blocks for hormones and other things. So essentially, our spleen and pancreas represent our digestive enzymes and our lymphatic system. And it also is the component of our body that processes and allows sugar to be metabolized. When it's imbalanced, we have the ability to utilize sugar and carbohydrates, and we have very efficient energy utilization. If it's imbalanced, we may have digestive insufficiency, feel like we're not digesting our food, have bloating, undigested food in the stool, loose stool, frequent bouts of alternating diarrhea and constipation, or just a general feeling of indigestion. When it is imbalanced, it also can contribute to something called insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is the inability of the body to utilize insulin and process the sugar. And that seems to show up for women, especially women who have sort of a imbalanced relationship with carbohydrates. When they eat carbs, they may feel like they gain weight. So, if we want to increase our body's utilization of carbohydrates, we have to improve the function of the digestion, and we have to improve our enzymatic capacity to digest food. Interestingly, digestion starts in the mouth. So, if you want to improve your digestion, there are two things you need to know. Number one, digestion starts in the mouth. So, simply chewing your food and making that process an extra step more functional is going to help you digest your food. Actually, carbohydrate digestion starts in the mouth. So, really chew your food and mix it with your saliva. As it goes down into the stomach, that's where protein is going to be digested. And then it's mixed with enzymes from the pancreas to help break down further things like extra carbohydrates and more, complex molecules. The second thing you need to know about your digestive health and your hormone health is that if you want to change half of the inflammation off the top, half of the imbalance in your body, almost all of your digestive issues, and almost all of your hormone imbalances, you have to align your diet for your blood type. Now, I know I talked about this before a little bit, and I want to empower you to really look at the next video about blood type and get a little more clarity on it and how you can use those resources to figure out what it is that you need to be eating. But when you eat right for your blood type, you automatically give your digestive system exactly what it wants to digest, and it knows how to do it. For instance, if you're eating foods that are not in alignment with your blood type, it's very hard for your body to digest, and it will result in bloating, inflammation, and all the other things that can happen in the digestive system. Some of the things are more complex that happen over time when we are out of alignment with our blood type diet, or we're eating out of alignment and having more carbohydrates or less proteins, less fats. And those things can manifest as something called SIBO, which is a small intestine bacterial overgrowth. And it can also result in irritable bowel or profound food allergies. If you want to know if there's something really specific going on in the digestion, there are a few tests that I like to run. One of them is called a comprehensive digestive stool analysis, and it really will help identify maybe some imbalances in bacteria or yeast, or perhaps there's insufficiency in some aspect of the digestion, or perhaps there might be some inflammation going on. So, in digestion, two things you need to know. Digestion starts in the mouth, and it also is going to be enhanced by aligning your blood type diet because you're going to reduce inflammation. Now, another key aspect of things that go on with the spleen and stomach are our emotions. The emotions of worry and obsession and replaying and mentally looping are all signs that the digestive system and the spleen and pancreas are out of balance. In Chinese medicine, we say the body and mind are connected. When we bring harmony into the mind, we can bring harmony into the body, and vice versa. So in Chinese medicine, acupuncture and specific herbs can help to balance digestion and strengthen those meridians that energize the spleen and pancreas. It doesn't happen overnight. So if you have some digestive imbalances, remember it's going to take a little bit of time. Another thing I want to mention is probiotics. Most people start out by wanting to help their digestion and they start taking a probiotic. And I love probiotics. They are amazing and they can really help us diversify the gut flora. Our gut flora is the microbiome that starts when we're children. It starts with our very first food that we eat. It begins and is a foundational level that we gain when we are born. So children that are born vaginally have one up on their gut bacteria. Then if children are fed whole foods in their first year, they have those prebiotics and they start to build that flora, and that goes throughout the lifetime. A lot of women have digestive problems that go way back to their childhood, where they were given a lot of antibiotics for ear infections, or they had yeast infections when they were young, and they took a lot of medications. So probiotics, also we need to think about prebiotics. If you're taking a probiotic and it isn't working for you, or you've been taking that same one for a long time, you want to have a diversity of flora species in your gut. Two that I love for women that are very rare and hard to find are L. reuteri and Saccharomyces boulardii. It's a yeast, but not a bad yeast. So if you're taking a probiotic, switch it up. Get a new strain. If you want to get super specific on the strains that you need, you might want to consider a digestive stool analysis, or you might want to look at diversifying. The other half of the equation in the solar plexus is the liver and the gallbladder. And this is so imperative to balance and heal and cleanse if you want to have a transformation in your health. Our liver is like a filter. It also has an accessory organ called the gallbladder that is so important that we energize and we clear and we allow to function perfectly, because this is like the plug on the tub. Whenever someone tells me they're doing a detox and I look at the ingredients or the protocol or the strategy, I always usually find that there is a missing key in that detoxification program, and that is gallbladder function. If you are cleaning your bathroom and you clean your shower and you clean your tub and you don't open the drain, you just circulate all that dirty water, everything. So remember, the gallbladder, it sits under the liver and it is the plug on the tub, and it is where we store something called bile. Bile breaks down fat, and if we want healthy hormones, we have to have really efficient fat metabolism. Fat metabolism happens in the small intestine, and it is made possible by the emulsification of this bile. Bile is like soap. When it gets clogged up, then it may contribute to stones. Most people don't even think about their gallbladder unless they are having gallbladder issues or gallstones. So I want you to start thinking about liver and gallbladder health. You can't just throw milk thistle at your liver. Your liver has 4 specific detoxification phases, and each one of those phases needs specific nutrients, not just B vitamins, not just milk thistle. It needs a coordinated, almost cocktail of amino acids and compounds like sulfur compounds from broccoli and cabbage and cauliflower, as well as the B vitamins and antioxidants. So a comprehensive liver cleanse and gallbladder cleanse needs to have a lot of different components. I'm attaching my ebook in this video series for you to check out all about your liver and gallbladder and the foods that you can eat every day that are going to help improve the health of your liver and gallbladder, because this is the filter. It's also where we hold all the memories of the past. If you emotionally are stuck in the past, if you keep replaying the past, if it's hard for you to let go of the past, then the liver is the place that you want to look and work with. In Chinese medicine, the liver is the seat of emotions. And when it's healthy and flowing and working well, we have balanced emotions, we flow with the present, and we feel a sense of direction. If the liver is blocked or it is congested, we might feel emotionally blocked or congested or depressed. Depression in Chinese medicine is a huge piece of the liver, and the liver is the contributor to depression. So if we want to treat someone with depression, we work with their liver to improve its function. The liver does over 500 things, and it is where we store all the memories of inflammation, allergies, autoimmune disorders, any kind of chronic inflammation. We have to address and cleanse the liver. Now, it doesn't just happen overnight. It has to happen over time, and it usually takes about 120 days for your red blood cells to recirculate and repair themselves, and that's about as long as it takes for the liver to go through a full cycle of detoxification in the long run. But liver health can be improved absolutely in a month. Now, I recommended that you get in touch with cycle mapping so you can see what phase of your menstrual cycle you want to work with different pieces of your health. In the second half of your cycle, in the luteal phase after ovulation towards PMS, this is often when women start noticing that they're bloated and they feel irritable and they might have depression or they have just general PMS. And in Chinese medicine, we say that's an indicator that the liver is congested. So that's the time of the month when you really want to start working on your liver and giving it the things that it needs to detox, and it'll completely change your hormonal health. In menopause, we definitely still want to support the liver and gallbladder. I have a couple products that I recommend that have been a game changer for me. When I did some hormone testing for myself, I also found that I had the MTHFR gene, which basically indicates that my liver needs some extra support in detoxification. It's really explained why I've been sensitive to chemicals and perfume and cigarette smoke and things that just trigger me into having a headache or I don't feel well around. So I really encourage you to get in touch with this chakra, eat right for your blood type, start feeding your body live foods. Live foods energize your cells, and live foods cleanse your cells, and live foods energize your liver. You also need healthy fats that are easy to digest. And I want you to think about what are those fats for you. So what are the fats that are good for the blood type for your blood type? Personally, for O, which I am, coconut oil is not the best. So make sure you dial it in for you. And you'll have perfect solar plexus balance. And you'll feel confident and clear and have a good sense of the direction that you want to go in for the things that you want to manifest in your life. So thanks for tuning in, and I love sharing this information with you. Remember, you're a whole person and you deserve a whole person approach to healing.